Hello Stampers, let's make a really cute shaker card today. Let me show you what we're going to make. Come join me and let's make it together. Hi, my name's Rolanda Patton. My sign name is this, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm here today to share with you a card that is a shaker card with another special element included. Let's show you what stamps we're going to be using today. We will be using Jar of Flowers. This is in the 2020-2021 Stampin' Up! Catalog, along with this really cute punch. See, it matches exactly. And also, to make the shaker portion of the card, we will be using the treat cups. Isn't that adorable? Also included in this bundle, it's a suite that you can purchase all at once. It's in the catalog. You'll see these beautiful elements that can be added to the cup, okay? So let's get started making the card, all right? To begin, we're going to be using a technique called heat embossing. We're going to need a heat tool, an embossing buddy, Versamark ink pad, some black embossing powder, and we'll be using a little bit of silver also. You're probably wondering why you need what's called an embossing buddy. The reason why you'll need this is because a lot of times the oils from our hands will stick to the cardstock, and we don't want the black embossing powder to stick to places that we don't want the powder sticking to. So we use the embossing buddy to clean off the cardstock so the powder will only stick to the image that we stamp. So let's go ahead. So the embossing buddy and Versamark ink. It's clear, there's no color to it, but the powder will stick to it really good. So we're going to use our flower image. I know you can't see it, but it's there. Also, we're going to do the stems for the flowers. And now the black embossing powder. Like to have a clean surface. So now we're going to heat it with the heat gun. Right now you'll notice that it's a little bit dull in color. Let me lift it up so you can see. But when you heat it with the heat gun, it will melt the powder and it will become shiny. Maybe in the video you won't be able to see, but the concept is there, okay? I'm letting this heat up. It's been cold. hope you can see the difference. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and color these with our Stampin' blends, and then I'll trim it out, cut it out, and then I'll be back. I finished coloring our flowers, but I want to show you before I show you the flowers that have been completed that I stamped and heat embossed with silver the jar lid. Let me show you that. So here's the lid, and that's that silver jar lid. I think that's really cute. I'm going to go ahead and add dimensionals, or mini dimensionals, to the back. Put that aside. Now I'm going to show you the flowers that I colored. I didn't complete it because I wanted to show you our Stampin' blends, and I chose the Daffodil Delight, the light and the dark. So with the light, you color in. You color the flower, the color with the yellow, and then you use the dark to do the highlights. Now that's flower, and I'm going to set that aside, and I will be showing you a really cool way we're going to add our flowers to our card in just a minute. You're going to think it's cute. Just a minute. Now, I want to stamp the jar using Memento ink. Stamp that in the middle. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add our stems to the jar. I put dimensionals behind. Before I do that, let me color some water. So I'm going to use our Stampin' blends again, and this is Pool Party. I'm going to use the darker one. Now the jar has water in it. Add the stems. And set that aside. Now we're going to build our card. I'm using the new Misty Moonlight cardstock from the In Colors, the new In Colors, and the Designer Series paper that matches here. And this is Petal Pink. Before we add it to the base, I want to go ahead and punch out the jar. When you open it, we want to use it upside down so that we can see where we're punching. Don't throw this away, because we're going to be using this later for another card in another video. Now we need to add our cups. We're going to add our jar cup for the shaker part. What you do is peel off the front part. Like this. Now we'll add it to the card. So now it sticks, okay? Now we're going to add our shaker elements. These are so pretty. Now we'll be adding this, but let's peel off the back. Now we're going to try to get it centered. This is going to be awkward for me. Okay, now we're going to tape the back. And add it to the base. Perfect. Now we're going to add the jar lid. Isn't that cute? That's the jar lid. So cute. Okay, now the part that you've been waiting for, that special element that some of you may already know about. I just found out about it through another demonstrator, so I want to share something with you. This is called a wobble, and it wobbles like that. So now I'm going to peel off the sticky part. Like this, and add it to our flowers. Peel off the paper backing on here. Add it to the card. And now our flowers wiggle. I like the wiggle. Do you like the wiggle? Okay, now we're going to add the bow. This is our Misty Moonlight ribbon that matches the cardstock beautifully. We're going to use a glue dot to add this on. So cute. Now we need to add the words. So I pre-stamped. This stamp is from the stamp set. It's not here. Oh, Here's a Card is the name of the stamp set, and I will post all of the information below underneath this video, okay? So all the details will be there. I punched a circle, and then I did the embossing folder. And this is the ornate floral embossing folder. I'm going to cut the circle in half. Just another thing to add to the card so that the words will pop so you can see the words better and not be hidden with all of the flowers. Let's add some dimensionals to our words. Now this is a beautiful card to send to someone. Gorgeous. Let's do the inside. It says, I made you a card because you're worth it. This card is for somebody special because they're worth it. And the envelope. Thank you for stamping with me today. Have a good week.